What it do to everybody on here? So I got an episode to tell y'all, but I want to say I know I'm probably not gonna be able to tell y'all episodes all the time because I'm working on this Little Richie biopic story. So I'm not gonna be able to tell y'all stories all the time, but my celebrity girlfriends and wives will be on here in order to holler at y'all for a couple of minutes at a time, maybe 10 minutes of hollering at y'all. But anyway, so this episode is about me and Janet Jackson. I do want to start a story about, our love life, and she'll be, talking to y'all as well. But, yeah, I think I'm kind of excited to talk to y'all. So, my love life and careers in the parallel universe. Shout out to Netflix for, wanting to tell my story. We got the first movie of my biopic, life, well, story or trilogy, whatever you want to call it, because it's more than one movie. The first one is coming next year, so I'm excited for that. And so this is about me and Janet Jackson. Um, I want to skip all the stuff out, because I already knew Janet Jackson from me filming, young Michael Jackson for Netflix and stuff like that. So I knew her, but every time I would film, she would never really say anything to me and stuff like that. But, so me and Janet Jackson, we, getting ready to go on set, of Stranger Things. So yeah, I remember my wife Tanera, she was like, David, I know you got to film Stranger Things. Um, but you know what? I'm gonna leave the babies here. I'm gonna stay here with the babies. I was like, I'm looking at her like, oh, well, of course you're gonna stay here with the babies. I mean, unless they're gonna stay with Jasmine. She's like, no. I know she's like the living nanny, but I really don't want her around my fucking babies. I'm like, you don't? She's like, nope. I really don't. And it's not because of you smashing her and all that stuff. That ain't because of that. It's just because she knew what she did was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know the reason behind why you did everything you did. I know the reason behind that. But for her to do what she did, I can never understand the reason behind it. Like, I get it. She, got a crush on you. She like you. Totally understand all that. But for her to, like, fully, like, go through with the whole shit, yeah, that's definitely not sitting well with me. Like, knowing that you are my husband and we supposed to be like sisters, like, you know what I mean? And she actually went through with it, and she, still let you have sex with her every night. So it's like, and then not only that, you knocked her ass up. I mean, I know you gotta reproduce. I get it. You gotta reproduce. You gotta, start a new generation. How you gonna do that if you don't knock up bitches? I totally understand all that. But I just can't believe that you knocked up her. But it is what it is. And I'm not mad about that because I slept with one of your best friends. And that don't make it, I'm not saying that's justified for what I did because it's not. It was wrong. But I didn't know that he was your best friend. Like I totally didn't know that. But yeah, I'm gonna stay back with the baby. So you got a free damn day to do whatever you want to do or whatever. But I'm letting you know, David, don't get too damn stupid with it. I'm like, what you mean? It's like, you know what the hell I mean. Don't get too damn stupid with it like you normally fucking do. Like not coming to fuck home, like coming home late as shit. Like, just don't get fucking stupid with it. Because I'm really not having that shit. So I'm just warning you to not get stupid with it. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I know it is okay. So I'm like, all right, baby. She's like, and you better bring your ass home. You know the curfew. You can stay out all day. You know the curfew. You better be back here at 12:30, and that's just it. So do whatever you want, have fun, but as soon as it strikes 12 o'clock, you better be making your ass back here to your wife and your kids. And that's it. Go ahead and take your ass on. So I'm like, I'll be laughing at Tanera. It's like, oh wait, I want some dick before you leave. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I want you to beat it up real quick. So I had sex with my wife Tanera, then I had sex with Jenna. Um, say goodbye to my daughters and stuff like that. Jenna did say she was gonna come on set a little later with the babies and stuff like that. And I get in the car and I call up, Janet Jackson, my girlfriend. Now, if y'all don't know, I want to skip all of the details of me making her, young again. I want to skip all that shit. But she is, 19 again, so that means she's basically a teenager. So I want to skip all that shit. And so yeah, I called her up. She's like, David, are you still coming to get me? I'm like, yeah, coming to get you. She's like, okay. So I come and get her. Janet Jackson get in the car. We start kissing and stuff. She's like, my brother's been calling my phone all day, texting me saying I've been MII. I'm like, what the hell is an MII? She's like, I guess I'm absent or some shit. I don't know. I'm like, okay. I'm like, Janet, you think you might want to call him back? She's like, you think I should? I'm like, I mean, they're your brothers. I mean, like, I would love to have a good relationship with my brothers and sisters, but that will never fucking happen. So the relationship what you got with your brothers is so cool. I think y'all have a good relationship where y'all can communicate with each other and talk and shit, and not have your own brother stabbing you in the back or plotting on your death and shit like that. I think that's cool, So yeah, call your brothers up, talk to them. She's like, I love you. You are so amazing. So she's like, can we have sex before we go to that Stranger Things set? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, hurry up and call him because I want to talk to you about something when you get off the phone. She's like, okay. So she calls up her brothers and she kind of FaceTimes them and they looking at Janet Jackson with this look on their damn face like they can't really believe that Janet looks that she looks so young. So they was like, Janet, is that you? She was like, yeah, it's me. She was like, I thought it was somebody that looked like you from years ago. I mean, what? Wait, is my eyes deceiving me? Or do you look like your 19-year-old self for like 1980 or something? She's like, um, yeah, it's me. So they like, did you have some plastic surgery done? Because that's some good plastic surgery. I definitely would like to know your surgeon. I would love to get that done. So she's like, no, I didn't have any plastic surgery done. So he was like, Dan, how do you look like that? Because that shit looks definitely uncanny. So I remember Janet was like, well, okay, you know David Sims, right? I mean, of course you know him. He's doing, young Michael Jackson for the series Netflix. So he has a device where he can make old people young again, like, they teenage yourself. He can actually make you a 10-year-old version of yourself. And I wanted to date David, but I didn't want to date him as me being 60 something years old and he's like 16, because that would definitely be fucking weird as shit. So I told David to make me a teenager. So they're like, you don't think dating them being 19 is kind of weird? She was like, no, because think about it. Even though I'm 19, I'm still a teenager, and he's a teenager. So he like, yeah, but you're gonna get older. So she's like, don't worry about all that. Just worry about your sister's young again. So he's like, wait, so if he can make old people young again, you think he can make me a young person? What if he can make all of us young again? Then we can really go on tour and stuff. So she was like, no, I am not exploiting my boyfriend for the family needs. Like, no. So he's like, why? You did it for your needs, your sexual needs. So she was like, you know what? It don't matter what type of damn needs I did it for. Just know that I'm not doing that. Like, they was like, but you love your brothers. Come on, just talk to them for it. Like, they was like, come on, just talk to them for us. So she was like, I'll talk to him, but all right. So they was like, this is great. This is amazing. I cannot wait. Cause I mean, we'll fly down there. Y'all, you in Paris, right? She's like, yes. So they was like, we'll fly down there. We will definitely get a fucking. We got a private plane. We'll fly down there. We'll meet David down there. I mean, this is great. So she was like, yeah, but I haven't even give you the answer yet. I haven't even told you if he would do it or not. You're too excited for nothing. I didn't say he would do it. Calm down. So he was like, okay, but I know he will. Like, I know David. He'll do the right thing. So she was like, maybe he would do the right thing, but okay, I will see. So we get up. She get off the phone with him. She was like, I don't want him. She was like, I don't want you doing that. I'm like, you sure? She's like, baby, I don't want you to think that I'm using you, honey. Like, I don't want you to think that all this was planned and orchestrated, that I wanted you to make all of my siblings young and a teenager and youthful again. I don't want you to think that. I'm like, okay. She's like, because that's definitely not my intentions. Like, I genuinely want to date you. I genuinely want to be your wife and start a family with you. All that is genuine. I'm like, I know, baby. She's like, I'm like, but if you want me to do it, I mean, I do know your brothers and they are cool. She's like, I mean, if you want to make them young again, you can, but my decision on it is I don't want you to do it because I don't want you to think the wrong, impression of me or have the wrong impression of me as you're doing that shit. And I just don't think it's a good idea. I'm like, I mean, true. She's like, now if it was Michael, if Michael was still alive, then I would say, yeah, do it. But Michael is not here with us, so I'm gonna say no. I'm like, so you want me to just not worry about it? She's like, no, David, you don't have to worry about it. Then what do you want to talk to me about, baby? So I'm like, I wanted to talk to your little sexy ass about, damn, you so damn thick. She's like, well, we're about to have sex, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tear your ass up. She's like, okay, so what do you want to talk to me about? I'm like, baby, do you want to be on this Stranger Things with me? I mean, we still kind of like in the process of filming season 5 and everything, but do you want to be in it with me? She's like, do I want to be in the series with you? I like the show. Ain't it on Netflix, right? It's on Netflix. I'm like, yeah. She was like, I know one of the actors, something with Millie in it. Like I met her before at an event. I'm like Millie Bobby Brown. So she was like, yes, that's her name, Millie Bobby Brown. I met her before. You used to date her. I'm like, I used to date her, but now I date all the girls that's on the set. She was like, wait, did you just say you date all the girls on the set? So I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh God. I know they're gonna be like, I'm gonna have a lot of eyes on me because I already know that Millie gonna be looking at me a certain way. I already know that. But I don't really know that girl, so it's not like I'm doing anything totally wrong. Like I don't know her. Like we're not friends, so I don't think I don't even know what she's gonna be really thinking, but I know she's gonna be looking at me a certain way. But if you just say you had sex with all of these girls, they're all gonna be looking at me the same way that Millie's gonna be looking at me. Like really strange. It's shit. So I'm like, okay. But you got tough skin though, right? She's like, I do have tough skin, baby. So I'm like, all right, now, did you answer the question? She's like, yeah, I would love to work with you, but only on one condition. I'm like, what? She's like, I'll be your girlfriend. I'm like, they write in the script that you my girlfriend. It's like, yes, and that we do a sex scene. I love your sex scenes in movies. I want to do a sex scene with you, like a real sex scene. And I know we have real sex off camera and stuff because we're a couple, but I want to do a real sex scene with you, like a passionate, real good sex scene with you. And I'm like, you do? She's like, yes. So she's like, if they can put that in there, then I'll do it. So I'm like, okay. So I'm calling up the directors, letting them know I'm on my way. They're like, David, where are you? So I'm like, I'm on my way, man. Why do you always do that shit? So he was like, I don't know. Cause I be getting scared that you ain't gonna be no show. We in Paris right now. We waiting for you. I'm like, why do you keep making that noise? So he's like, I'm just all right. Look, David, what is the damn surprise? You know I don't like surprises. I'm like, I don't like surprises either. So I guess we the same. He was like, yeah, but you're a teenager again, so we ain't totally the same. why don't you tell me the surprise? I'm like, I'm on my way right now. You'll see it when I come. When I come, you'll see my surprise. I won't even have to show you, because the surprise will be walking with me. So he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Is it a fucking damn puppy? Like, what is it? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just know that when I walk up, it's gonna walk up with me. So he's like, he was like, I am highly fucking confused, but okay. So we get there to the set. I have sex with her in the back of the truck. I tore that ass up. I mean, it was so good, y'all. I mean, the sex was incredible. So yeah, I'm beating it up, and I'm telling her to throw that ass back, and she is definitely throwing it back. Like, she's doing everything I'm telling her to do. So I remember now. How can I explain the version of how Janet Jackson looked as 19 years old? She looks she looks like, how can I explain this? She looks like, okay, on Good Times, when she got older in Good Times, like a little older, because she wasn't always young in Good Times, but as she got older, she looked like that, but a whole lot prettier and thicker. I don't know if that is explaining it enough how she looked, but I mean, you can probably get the fucking whiff. But anyway, after we was done having sex, I'm like, baby, I want to marry you. She's like, really? I mean, I definitely want to marry you. Can we get married after this? I don't need a big wedding. I just want to be your wife. Please. I'm like, yes, we definitely can do that. It's like, okay, I'm excited. So it's like, but what if your wife shows up on set, baby? I'm like, don't worry about it. She's like, I love you so much. I'm like, I love you too. Now get your little thick ass out the car. So I remember she get out of the car, she like all over me, and the directors and stuff, they're looking because they like, because when you seeing somebody walking from afar, you can't really see what's going on until you like really see the person like walk up on you, and then you can kind of see what's going on. So as I'm walking with Janet Jackson and she's all over me, and they starting to see her more and more and starting to realize that it is Janet Jackson. They're like, wait, that like Janet Jackson. Is that Janet Jackson looking like? I'm like, no, it's not the real Janet Jackson. So they're like, wait, how is that even possible? I'm like, let's go in your office. We need to talk business. So they're like, okay. So we go into the office. They're like, David, how the fuck is this possible? How in the hell is she a damn teenager again? How is this even possible? So I'm like, look, it's possible because I have a device, a machine that can turn old people into young people. So they like, can you turn them into kids? I'm like, that is a very creepy ass question, but yes, I can. So they like, okay, so you saying that you turned Janet Jackson into a teenager? How old is she? I'm like, she's 19 and she's my girl and she's off limits. So they're like, okay, oh, we get it. We can see that y'all obviously a fucking thing. But you do realize that if all these damn girls that you didn't already had sex with on this damn set, if they see you with her, you know how they gonna act when it comes to filming. I'm like, what do you mean? They was like, they ain't gonna be on their shit. And then we gonna have to do all this damn therapy to get these damn girls into their damn roles. Is that what the fuck you want? So I'm like, I don't care. She's my girlfriend. So they're like, okay. I was like, okay. So what business do you want us to talk to you about? I'm like, wait, y'all just gonna buy what I said? They was like, David, this is not the weirdest shit we done seen, David. You really think that this is the weirdest shit that we done seen? You turning an old person back to a young person? We done seen shit stranger than this. Why the hell you think we call this shit Stranger Things? So I'm like, okay. They was like, so what do you want to talk to us about business? So I'm like, all right, look, uh, I want I want her to be in the show. There's like, you want her to be in the show. I'm like, ain't that, I literally just said that shit. Yes, I want her to be in the show. So it was like, but we already got the script already written out. How can we put her into it? I'm like, I don't know. Y'all the fucking damn writers and the producers. Figure that shit out. And I want y'all to write her as my girlfriend. And we want a sex scene, a passionate one. They was like, Stranger Things ain't known for sex scenes. I'm like, well, it needs to be. We need an intimate sex scene. So they're like, okay. I mean, having you a part of this production is gonna make this show a banger, a huge banger. Okay, we can make some modifications. Okay, we can do that. Uh, that means that we can't film today. I'm like, what do you mean? It was like, because if we're gonna make modifications and squeeze her ass into it, we're gonna have to pull an all nighter. We're gonna have to pull an all nighter. I mean, we can film the scenes that we need to film today, but we definitely can work today. But come tomorrow, she will definitely be in it tomorrow. No questions asked. She will have a script in her hand. We promise you. So I'm like, all right, that's all I needed to know. They was like, all right. They was like, can you believe that his ass turned Janet Jackson into a fucking teenager again? This is gonna make headlines all over the news. Everybody gonna be talking about this shit across the damn world if they ain't already talking about this shit. So I remember one of my fans, like, we go into my trailer, me and Janet Jackson. Go into my trailer, I, have sex with Janet, we kissing and stuff. And I go on my laptop. My fans, they go crazy on my website. So this girl, she get on there and she's like, y'all, I swear, all right, I done seen strange things in my life, like strange shit. I done seen strange shit in my life. But this takes the icing off the fucking cake. So, okay. David was on a date last night. And that's unusual. That's not unusual because David be on a ton of damn dates. He takes celebrity girls on a ton of damn dates. So that's not unusual to see him on a fucking date with a celebrity girl. But it was who he was fucking with and what she fucking looked like. So let me explain this shit to y'all. Let me take y'all down memory lane. Do a lot of y'all remember Janet Jackson? I know y'all fucking do. Don't act like y'all don't know who Janet Jackson is. Janet Jackson, she was kind of bigger than her damn brother. Like, let's be real. Janet Jackson, when Janet Jackson came out fully as a fucking solo artist, that bitch broke out. She broke mad records. So let's not act like we don't know who the fuck Janet Jackson is. Because we do. So, Janet Jackson in this year, she would literally be like 60 something years old. Literally. In her 60s. Definitely. 100%. This bitch looked like she's not. She was like, this bitch looked like she's about 19 years old. There's no fucking way in hell that she looks that fucking young. Now, she did explain why the fuck she looked young. David got a machine, a device that turns old people into young people. Do I actually believe that shit? Well, I'm looking at the shit firsthand, so I don't have no choice but to believe it. But I do got David having some type of shit like that. Like, I do have him having a device that can turn an old person young. Like, that doesn't sound too damn far off, like strange. Like, I got him doing some shit like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit fucked my head up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still thinking about that shit. Her ass get a chance to start all over again. Like, literally. She's a fucking teenager again. You know what that means? She has more damn decades to fucking live. That's incredible. Like, y'all don't know how fucking amazing that shit is. Like, just think about it. When you're a teenager and then you become old, the next step is death. That's it. How long is it going to take for you to die? That's pretty much it. After that, that's it. After you become old, it's like, damn, how long is it going to take before I die? And then you just die. But I'm just saying, that's the reality of it. Like, how long is it going to take you before you get up out of this damn world? That's the next step. But for her, she actually got a chance to live again. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, as much as it is creepy as shit, It's kind of fucking amazing and romantic because she wanted to be young again to date David. I think that's kind of sweet because if you think about it, all the bitches that David date are a lot older than him. I mean, a whole lot. Not to mention they like in their 30s, late 20s and shit. So it is kind of creepy to date a 16-year-old knowing that you're like definitely 100% older than his ass. But it's still kind of romantic how Janet Jackson did it. I mean, she do look young and very pretty and stuff. I mean, Janet Jackson is always a pretty girl. She's always pretty. Even being old, she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? So you got old people that's ugly as hell, but she's so beautiful, like a beautiful flower. So I love me some Janet Jackson. I really think like her music is still relevant today. Her old music is still relevant today. You can play a old Janet song right now, and I guarantee you that shit sound like it was made a few weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So damn, that shit just fucked my head up. So I just remember I get off my laptop. I'm like, Janet, I need you to drink this. She's like, you need me? What's that, baby? I'm like, that's gonna make you, stay young, stay 19. She's like, really? So that means we both would be like, kind of like vampires. I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, I'll drink it. So she drank it. I'm like, I love you. She's like, I love you too. So after she drank it, it's like, wait, is I'm gonna like have to go to sleep or do anything? I'm like, no, baby, you ain't gonna have to do that. She's like, okay. So she did drink it, and we did have sex. So now, Millie Bobby Brown was the first girl that came into the damn trailer. So she comes into the trailer and she's like, excuse me, David, what the hell is this? I'm like, what is what? She's like, why is you with some fucking girl that look like Janet Jackson? So she's like, I am Janet Jackson. She's like, you what? How the fuck are you Janet Jackson? You had to be 60 something years old. She's like, oh no, David made me a teenager again. He put me into one of his devices and made me a teenager again. I'm 19. So she's like, why would you want to be a fucking teenager again? She's like, so we can date, have sex, start a family. So she's like, what? Excuse me? She's like, oh, we're getting married after he's done filming today. Oh, and I'm going to be a part of the cast starting tomorrow. So she's like, starting tomorrow? You know what? I'll be back. So Millie goes in there with the directors and the producers, and she's thoroughly upset. She's like, can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on? So they was like, you must have seen Janet Jackson on set with David. She was like, I definitely did. Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on, please? So they're like, well, that's his girl. I mean, stranger things have happened. So she's like, look, I'm gonna really need y'all to stop being so fucking nonchalant about this shit. Tell me why the fuck is this bitch looking like a 19-year-old version of herself? Can you tell me? So they was like, I'm assuming that they already told you. So why would we need to tell you the same story? So she like, wait, they already told you? They like, yeah, they came to us first. Look, she's gonna be a part of the show. Come tomorrow. We're gonna pull a all-nighter, move some things around in the script, but she's definitely gonna be in the remainder of the show. So they like, okay, as what? What the fuck can she actually be? So they're like, we're gonna make her an alien, a very attractive alien, but David is gonna be dating her. And in the show, we're gonna have them have a sex scene. That was their request, that they have a intimate, real, passionate sex scene. She's like, oh, so now we turning Stranger Things into a porno show. So this is what it comes to. So they're like, look, it's only one sex scene, and that's what they requested, okay? And David fans are known for his sex scenes. So it's not going to be that fucking damn far off. It's actually going to be kind of romantic to do something like this and that they request this. Look, Millie, we know that you and David had a thing. So she's like, had a thing? Had a thing? He was just fucking me last night. What do you mean? So they're like, okay, Millie, well, look, I don't want to get into the middle of that. All I want to let you know is please don't do this soap opera shit. Please don't storm offset. Please don't tell us that you're not going to film. Please don't do that because we really don't got time for it. Because we know that a lot of y'all going to be on y'all feelings. We totally get it. But that is nothing we can do about it. Okay? We need David. We're not writing David out of this fucking script. And it's because of David that this shit going to be definitely up there. This shit gonna be trending for a very long time on Netflix. It's gonna be number one on Netflix for a long time because of David. Don't get me wrong. When we come out with Stranger Things, yeah, we trend. Yeah, we be in the top five and stuff. We do that. But with David, we will be in the number one top spot. She was like, I fucking get it. Okay, you really don't got to keep saying that same shit. I get it. David is going to make us even more relevant than the show is. I get it. And you don't have to worry about me walking the fuck off set because that's not what I was going to do. I'll handle David tonight. So, Millie was pretty pissed the hell off. And I'm not going to lie. Millie Bobby Brown, she did look really thick. I'm not gonna lie. She had on like this short skirt and some stockings or whatever, and she definitely looked it really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. So she was mad. I told Janet I had to go check up on Millie. So she's like, David, don't talk to me. I am so pissed off at you. I'm like, come here, girl. Look, you know that I always have a lot of girlfriends. Why are you tripping? She's like, you don't want me no more. After I wore this nice, sexy skirt for you. I'm like, come here. I want to beat it up. She's like, oh, that's all you want to do is have sex with me. I'm like, that's not all I want to do. She's like, I shouldn't let you do anything with me. So I'm kissing on her, and then we did end up having sex, me and Millie. And yeah, I definitely tore that shit up. And as I'm like having sex with Millie Bobby Brown, the girl Urka, the black girl Urka that's in the show Stranger Things, she comes she literally she comes in my trailer. Now, I don't know if I told Janet Jackson to lock the door. I don't remember me telling her to lock the door. But Erica comes in, right? She comes in and slams the damn door. So she comes in, she slams the door, and Janet was like, I know that's not David. Hey, hi. I'm Janet Jackson. I'm David's girlfriend. So she was like, you're not fucking Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson would be like 60 something years old. She's a complete old ass woman. So she was like, thank you, but no, I am Janet Jackson. So she was like, I mean, it is amazing how you look like her, but why are you in my boyfriend trailer? So she was like, well, yeah, that's the thing. I came to David and I asked him to make me a teenager again so we can date. Because I thought it would be weird to date him as a 60-year-old woman. I thought it would be kind of creepy. So she's like, yeah, it would be real. She was like, yeah, it would be real fucking weird. So she was like, yeah, so she's like, but even though you're a damn teenager again, wait, how did you become a teenager again? Explain that to me one more time. She's like, well, David have a device to make old people young again. And I asked him, could he use his device to make me a teenager? And he did. So she was like, even though your ass is a teenager, you don't think it's fucking weird that you're going to get older or that you're already like 60, but you just look like a teenager again? You're still 60. That's still your age. She's like, not exactly. I mean, I have my 60-year-old brain. Like, I don't, like, I haven't forgot anything that happened over the years, but mentally, I am 19 years old. So she's like, and you're David's girlfriend? She's like, yeah. Oh, and I'm going to be in the show tomorrow, starting tomorrow. She's like, you're part of the cast now? She's like, yes. Yes, I am. Nice to meet you. What is your name? She's like, I'm Erica. So she leaves or whatever. I go in there and check on Erica. I see Erica leaving out my trailer. I gotta go in there and check on Erica. Now Erica comes out the trailer. She's crying and really emotional. I go in there, I'm like, Erica, hey baby. She's like, oh, now I'm your baby. I'm like, you are my baby, Erica. You been my baby. She's like, oh, but you got a new baby now. I'm like, baby, come here. What's wrong with you, Erica's like, David, I'm having your babies. How could you do this to me? I'm like, baby, you know I always got a lot of girlfriends, so stop tripping. She's like, so we're not breaking up? I'm like, no, you're my girl. You always gonna be my girl. It's like, oh, okay. I'm like, come here. And you was getting mad for nothing. It's like I was getting pissed off because I thought you was gonna leave me. I'm like, you my girl? It's like, of course. Can we have sex? I'm like, yeah. So I ended up beating it up. I was turning her ass up, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Erica got some good ass pussy. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, I was beating it up or whatever. And after we was done having sex, for some reason she wanted me to have sex with her again. She didn't want me to pull my dick out. She wanted me to keep going and just beat it up. Cause you know, when you pregnant, you like really horny. You know, like extremely horny. You just want to have sex a lot. So yeah, I beat it up again, and it was time for us to start filming. Now the only two people that didn't see Janet Jackson was like the boys that was a part of the cast and like Nancy and Mad Max because they came a little late. So they didn't really see Janet Jackson. So they didn't know that Janet Jackson was even on the set of Stranger Things season 5. They didn't know. So they did come, but they didn't see Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson was already in my trailer, laying down in the bed, half naked with the door locked, under the covers and stuff, waiting for me to come in there and tear that ass up. That's what she was pretty much doing. So I remember, you know, we were filming, like everything was great. And then I come at the it was time for us to like take our breaks and stuff like that. The director's like, David, I don't know how the hell you did it. And luckily the other two girls, they came late, so they didn't run into Janet Jackson. So that was a damn good damn thing. You lucked up on that one. But I don't know how the hell that you got these girls to go along with this shit because they was actually on their A game. What'd you do? What'd you say to them? I'm like, none of your damn business. You know you always want me to handle the shit anyway. So they was like, well, you fucking them. You having sex with them. You the one decided to have sex with all these damn girls on set. You the one you decided that. I didn't decide to have sex or have sexual relationships with all of the girls a part of the damn cast. That was your decision. You wanted to do it and you did it. So I'm like, okay. They was like, so yes, it is basically your damn problem. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm about to go in there with Nancy. I go in the trailer with Nancy. She's like, baby, I look like a fat person. I do not look the same. Like, oh my God, people gonna think I'm ugly on camera. I'm like, no, they're not. Come here, girl, look at you. You still my baby. She's like, are you excited for our babies? I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. She's like, I love you, David. I'm like, you're so damn thick. Oh my God. She's like, David. So I was having sex with Nancy, right? Nancy is I call her my white Zendaya because she do remind me of a Zendaya, like she just do, and I think she's so pretty and so beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I first met Nancy. She just kept reading her book the very first time I met her. Like every day I seen her on set, she just would be reading her book and sipping some juice. And it was just one time she was on set by herself. It was just me and her. We started talking. Next thing you know, I ended up clapping them cheeks. It just ended up happening. But anyway, so yeah, after I was done having sex with Nancy, I left from Nancy and went in the trailer with Mad Max, and I had to check up on her. So I'm like, hey, my man. I was like, hey, my Mad Max. She was like, hi, baby. Did I look fat on camera? I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, you know, is it obvious that I'm pregnant? Can you tell? Like, while we were filming, could you tell? I'm like, I mean, no, not really. It's like, David, please don't lie to me. Because I look fat as shit. And I feel fat as shit. So please don't lie to me, David, because I'm having your babies. You want to, like, make me feel like I'm sexy. I don't feel sexy. So I remember we ended up, kissing and stuff. And I remember I'm like bending her over and beating it up. And I like the way she looked. I mean, a lot of these girls, when they get pregnant, they don't feel sexy, because they are pregnant. 9 times out of 10, it makes you feel icky because you're pregnant, and you got all this pregnancy weight on you. But I like girls that's pregnant. I don't know why. I just do. I like the pregnancy weight. I think it's really attractive on girls. I don't know why girls think it's ugly. I love the pregnancy weight on girls. I think it's pretty. I think it's a sexy thing. But anyway, I remember after me and Mad Max had sex, she was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Oh, that shit felt so good, baby." I'm like, "You liked it?" She's like, "Yes, I liked it. It was so good." I'm like, "What did you like about it?" So she like everything. I loved everything about it. I'm like, "You did?" She was like, "Yeah." So I just remember as we were on set, of Stranger Things, I just remember, oh shit. I just remember, you know, I went to go check up on Janet Jackson after I was done with Mad Max. So I remember the black boy that was in Stranger Things. He played Erica Big Brother. He was like, "David." I'm like, "What's going on?" He was like, "Seeing your ass at that restaurant." I'm like, "Yo, why are you always fucking spying on me?" He was like, "I'm not spying on you. I seen your ass at that restaurant. I was out. I was on a date." I was like, "You was on a date?" He was like, "I met a girl out here. Took her ass on a date, and I seen your ass." I'm like, "You seen me doing what?" He was like, "You was with a girl. You was with a girl who looked like Janet Jackson." I'm like, "Okay." So he's like, "But only thing is, that's the real fucking Janet Jackson." I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "David, you think I'm a fucking idiot? I fucking know your ass is into weird shit. So how the fuck you do it?" So I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "How the fuck did you actually make her ass young again? How did you do that shit? Cause I think that shit is very impressive. How the fuck you do that shit? Because you're not fooling me, David. I know that's the real fucking thing." So I'm like, "I didn't say it wasn't the real thing. What are you talking about? I'm not even denying it." So he's like, "Yeah, so if you're not denying it, tell us how the fuck you did it." So I'm like, "Tell us?" He was like, "Tell me. Tell me. How did you do it?" I'm like, "Don't worry about how I did it. Just know that I did it." He's like, "But how the fuck is that even possible? You know how old that bitch would be? Like, she's like 60 something. She might be even 70. You fucking a 70-year-old that's like a teenager again. She's 70, she like 70 something years old in spirit." I'm like, "That may be true, but she a teenager again." So I'm clapping them cheeks. So he's like, "I ain't gonna lie, I'll fuck her ass too." So I'm like, "Yo, what do you want, yo?" He's like, "All right, yo. I'm just not gonna lie though. How the fuck you get her to go along with that shit?" I'm like, "She actually came to me." So he's like, "Wait, her ass came to you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Hmm, I thought you went to her." I'm like, "Do you really think I need to go to a fucking girl to get pussy? Do you really think I need to beg a girl to get pussy?" He was like, "I didn't say you begged her. I never said that. Now you putting words in my mouth. I never said you begged Janet Jackson for pussy. I ain't never say that." I'm like, "You did?" He was like, "No. I'm just saying, I just thought you went to her and suggested that you should make her young so you can fuck her. I never said anything about begging." I'm like, "Oh, well, I ain't beg and I ain't go to her. She came to me." He was like, "Oh, well, that's even better. You just better not knock her ass up, though. You be a part of the Jackson family and shit." So I'm like, I got nephews that got the Jackson name." He's like, "You got nephews that had that name?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do, but I would never take their last name." He was like, "Wait, you thinking about marrying the bitch? I thought you was just fucking her and having fun with her ass." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm doing all that too." He was like, "David, just fuck the bitch. Just fuck her. That's it. Just have your way with the bitch. That's it. Have it your way. But I'm just saying, like, David, don't marry the bitch. Just keep piping her ass down, cause I'm pretty sure she's loving that shit. So I'm like, yo, it amazed me how much of a jackass you are, yo. People don't know you this way. They don't get how funny your ass is, but it amazes me how much of a jackass your ass is. He was like, so you trying to tell me that David, you got two damn wives right now, right? You got two damn wives right now. Ain't they already stressing your ass out? You can't tell me that they don't stress your ass out. You can't tell me. I know that they do. So I'm like, I mean, we got kids together. He's like, I'm not saying anything about your fucking babies. I'm not bringing the babies into this. I'm talking about your fucking wives. You trying to tell me that they don't stress your ass out? I'm like, no, because I know how to handle them. So he's like, see, David, you the funny one. You the funny one because you're not trying to fucking admit it. You the funny one. So he's like, talking about, I'm the one that got the jokes. You the one that got the jokes because anybody that's fucking married, they gotta be stressed the fuck out. Marriage stresses anybody out. Marriage is a stressful fucking relationship, period. I don't give a fuck. First of all, let me tell you something. This is the good part of the relationship. When you first meet, like how you doing with Janet Jackson right now, all this is the honeymoon phase. All of this shit, you marry that bitch, it's over. That honeymoon phase shit, beating that pussy up and having fun with her, all that shit is gonna be out the window. Cause now she gonna start nagging your ass like a wife. Then she gonna start asking you where the fuck you going every 5 minutes, like your damn wife. Then she gonna wanna know who you fucking every 5 minutes, like your damn wife. You trying to tell me that them bitches don't do that? I'm like, yeah, my wives do that, but they wives, they supposed to do that. He was like, yeah, but even if they is supposed to do that, I'm asking you a question. Do it stress you out? I'm asking you that one question, you still can't answer it. So I'm like, I can answer the question. He's like, then answer it. Is is that is that a way to live? I'm like, what are you, a fucking therapist? So he's like, all right, you know what? Do whatever the fuck you want with that bitch. I was like, I'm the one that wants your ass. Remember me saying these words to you. Remember me telling you this shit. So I'm like, all right, man. So I go in the trailer, with Jen, and I'm like, hey, baby. He's like, hi, baby. I'm like, look at you. Look at how thick that ass is. Like, David, you're such. Well, I love the way you say that. I'm like, you do? He's like, yeah. I'm like, come here, girl. I'm gonna tear that ass up. I've been horny. I've been waiting to get in your pussy. So me and Janet had a lot of sex. We kind of was already done filming for the day. We had so much sex. It was like going on 6 o'clock in the evening. So she was like, "Oh my God, we've been here for a long time having so much sex. I mean, did you have to film again?" I'm like, "No, we were done." She's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "You ready to get married?" She's like, "Yes, I'm so ready. Yeah, I'm ready." So me and Janet Jackson got married. She took my last name, and now she's Janet Jackson. She actually is Janet Sims instead of just Janet Jackson. So yes, she's Janet Sims, and she was really excited for it. So she ended up changing her name from Janet Jackson to Janet Sims, like on her Twitter account and her Instagram and stuff like that. And her brothers and stuff and her fans immediately spotted that she changed her last name from Janet Jackson to Janet Sims. So her brothers calling her up. She was like, "Oh, I know they probably gonna ask about this whole last name thing. I'm gonna have to explain it to them." So she answered the phone. She's like, "Hey, who am I talking to?" So he was like, "You're talking to Jermaine Jackson." She was like, "Oh, hi, Jermaine. Hey." So he's like, I was on Twitter not too long ago, and it seems that, I mean, I get it. You dating David, so I can see the whole profile picture thing of you and David kissing and stuff. I get it that you're his girlfriend. Totally understand. But I can't help but to notice that you changed your last name from Janet Jackson to Janet Sims. What's all that about? So she's like, "Oh, we just got married. I took his last name." So He was like, wait, did you just say you got married and you took his last name? She was like, yeah, that's like literally what I just said. So he like, but wait a minute. Why would you take his last name instead of him taking yours? So she's like, because David is more royal, his name is more royal, and he needs to keep his last name. And I want to be there for him. I want to support him. So I don't think it's a big deal. Yes, I took his last name. So they're like, what the fuck? Okay. Well, did you at least talk to David about making us young again? Did you at least talk to him about it? So she's like, yeah, I mean, I talked to him about it, but we decided to just hold out on that. So he like, what do you mean you decided to hold out on that? You got what you wanted. You became young again, and so now we can't get what we want. So you trying to say you the only one that can get something out of this. So she's like, I am a girl. It's totally different. What, you gonna fuck him too? Like, what, y'all gonna have sex? You're a boy. It's creepy. No, I don't want him to make y'all young again. I'm sorry, but I am a girl. So yes, I did it for my sexual reasons, but so what? So what, you gonna keep throwing that in my face? And I genuinely wants to be with David. I genuinely want to be his wife. I'm not doing this for publicity or to put my name out there. I'm not doing that. So please stop telling me how to live my life. So they're like, Janet, we're not telling you how to live your life. She's like, oh, you're not? You're calling me and asking me why did I change my last name? That's telling me how to live my life. Like, I can do what I want. I can make my own decisions. If I decide that I want to change my last name, then that is exactly what the fuck I'm going to do. You're not going to tell me what I can't do with my body or my name. I can do what I want with that. So he's like, yeah, and we can too. Can you tell David? She was like, David, it's not making you young again. I'm sorry. Deal with it. So I just remember, yeah, they were kind of mad. I don't think they was really mad at me. I think they were mad at their sister, Janet, because she didn't want me to make them a young teenager again. And in some ways, I understand. In some ways, I do. Um, and in some ways, I kind of didn't understand it. But I mean, she explained why she didn't want me to make them young again. And so I was like, I mean, I can make them young again. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's like, David, it is a big deal. For me, it is, David. See, the thing is, what you got to understand is that they have kids. And I have kids too, and they not little kids anymore. They teenagers and stuff. Pretty much can take care of themselves. But it would be very weird to turn all of my brothers into teenagers again, even my sisters. That would be creepy. I'm like, it would be kind of creepy. It's like, you don't think so? I'm like, I mean, yeah, it would be. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be kind of weird. So like, so if it would be weird to turn them into teenagers, and then their kids looking at them as teenagers again, it's already gonna be weird to see me as a teenager again. So to see my brothers and all of them, so you know how weird that would be. I'm like, it's like, but there is one person in my family that I would love to see as a young person again. My mother. I'm like, your mother. It's like, I would love for you to turn my mother into a teenager. She's such a beautiful woman. She has a beautiful heart. Like, I just love my mom. Like, she is such a sweetheart. The best mother in the world. She is the best mother in the world. I could never ask for a better mother. So I'm like, okay. She's like, I would love for you to turn my mom into a teenager. Make her like 20 years old or something. I mean, that would mean the world to me. So I'm like, but I turn your mother young, then your brother's gonna be pissed off. She's like, then let them be pissed off. It won't be the first thing. They didn't get what they wanted. So I'm like, all right, I get what you're saying. I turn your mother young again. She's like, you'll do it? I'm like, yeah, if that's what you really want. Look, baby, I want to make you happy. She's like, I'm already happy just being your wife and starting this family with you and working with you side by side. I'm already happy. I'm like, you are? It's like, yes. So we ended up having sex again. It was so good. I was tearing her ass up, boy. It was so good. So I remember she calls her mother up. She's like, "Hey, mom, it's Janet." So she's like, "What is your brothers talking about?" Janet, they're saying something about you're 19 years old again. What is all this about? She's like, "That's what I'm calling you for, mom. My husband, David." She's like, "Your husband?" She's like, "Yeah, me and David got married." The actor, she's like, "I know who he is." So she's like, "Yeah, he has a device that can make old people young again, and I wanted to be 19 so I can date him and us have a real relationship, get married, start a family." And he made me a teenager again. So yeah, what, your sons are telling you, it's not, it's true. So she's like, okay. So she's like, "Mom, you don't think that's weird?" She's like, yeah, I think it's weird, but it's not the strangest thing that happened. There's a lot of strange stuff that happens in the world. But yes, I think it's weird, but hey, stranger things have happened in the world. So she's like, "So, Mom, I want him to use the machine on you." She's like, "You want him to use the machine on me?" She's like, "Yes, I want you I want my husband to make you a teenager or make you 20. Just 20 years old. I feel like, Mom, I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to die. I, I really, really want him to use this machine on you." So she like, "Well, is it going to be any complications or, is it going to be any side effects?" She's like, "No, Mom, it's going to be fine." So she's like, "Okay, I'll let him do it." She's like, "You will?" She's like, "But what about my grandbabies? What about my sons when they see me? They're gonna know something's weird. They're gonna be like, why do grandma look so young?" So Janet like, "Mom, I'll explain all that. Don't worry, I'll take care of all that. Just you get a plane down here to Paris and we're gonna use the machine on you." Well, my husband is. "Okay, I'll pay for the plane ticket. I'll get everything set up." She's like, "Don't worry, I'll get down there. I'll call you when I'm down there, okay?" She's like, "Okay, Mom." So she get off the phone with her mother and she's like, "I cannot believe that I'm about to see my mother at 20 years old. I am really, really excited. That means that me and my mom can be like best friends." So I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what that means." She's like, you kind of creeped out about that." I'm like, I mean, no, I mean, there's lots of daughters that's really close with their mother, so it's not that damn creepy." So she's like, "Yeah, I mean, like, my mom birthed me. I mean, so why not be kind of like friends with her and we can go shopping together?" I'm like, "But I want to spend time with you." She's like, "We will, but you got to go home to your other wife, Tanera. And when you do that, then I have to have somebody to talk to." I'm like, "Okay, true." She's like, "And she can be there when I tell you that I'm pregnant. When you do get me pregnant. And you will get me pregnant." So I'm like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to get you pregnant." It's like, I can testify to that. So I remember, the brothers, they didn't hurt, like, because Janet mother told the brothers, told her kids that, Janet is gonna fly her down and make her young again. And Jermaine Jackson, he was just not hearing it. Jermaine Jackson he was like the most brother that was like really on his damn feelings, right? He was on his feelings. So he just couldn't let it go. But once he found out that his mother was gonna be young again, he just was like, he couldn't stand for it. So he calls up Janet, and we like, making love, but she didn't answer the phone because we was having sex, and I mean, I was thoroughly beating it up. I was having so much sex with this girl, but I'm really into Janet Jackson. Like, she's the love of my life. Like, I love her. So I remember after we was done having a lot of sex, she finally picked the phone up. She was like, Jermaine Jackson, yes, what is it? So he's like, I just got off the phone with mommy. She's like, you just got off the phone. She's like, you just got off the phone with mommy, and so he's like, yeah, and you won't believe what she told me. She was like, well, what did she tell you? So he was like, you flying her down there to Perth so you can make her a fucking teenager again. I'm not understanding this. I mean, like, so you gonna make mommy young, but you're not gonna make your brothers young? So she was like, yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So he's like, why? Because I don't see the downside here. If you make us young again, we can do what we want. We can go on tour again, make TV shows. We can really put our name back out there on the map. We can really do it. But we can't do it if you don't make us young too. She's like, first of all, it's not my damn machine to make that decision. Second of all, I don't know how to do this shit. My husband do. It's his machine. It's his technology. So I don't know how to do it. So he's like, but you obviously probably told him to make mommy young. You obviously probably told him to do that. And he listening. So if you told him to do that, I'm pretty sure that he would do it if you tell him to do us the same way. She was like, look, let me think about it. Okay, Jermaine Jackson, because I could tell you're not going to let this go. So just let me think about it, Jermaine Jackson, and I will call you. I will get back to you. So he's like, what is this, a fucking meeting? What is this, a meeting? I'm your brother. How in the hell you going to talk to me like this? So she's like, because you are really nagging the shit out of me. I said, I'll think about it. So he's like, you said that last time, and then when we talked, you gave us bad news. So I'm not too damn sold on that. So she was like, okay, fine. He'll do it in a week. So he like, in a week. No, that's the brush off answer. No, no, I'm not buying that. So she's like, he'll do it in a week. So he's like, okay, we flying down with mommy. We coming down with mommy, and we'll stay down there for a whole damn week. We'll wait. We will wait. We're coming down there with mommy. She already said we can come. So So she's like, you already a damn teenager. You don't need to become a damn teenager again. You already a damn teenager. You a grown ass man and act like you damn 14 years old. Fine, we'll do it in a week. He's like, I already heard you. We coming down. We are coming. We can wait a week. We can wait 7 days. It's 7 days. We can wait. What's 7 days? So I remember is I start laughing because Jermaine Jackson is one of the funniest brothers I ever seen. Like, this nigga is funny as shit. So I was laughing because I couldn't hold my laughing. Like, this nigga had me dying laughing. So he was like, all right, don't be surprised when you see us, because I told you, we coming down with mommy. So she was like, I heard you for like the 80th time. I heard you. You don't got to keep saying it. Damn, I get it. So she's like, don't get down here and expect you going to get turned into a teenager right away. I said a week. He's like, I heard you. I get it. You think I'm stupid? It's 7 days. We know what a week is. We get it. I will relay the message back to the brothers. We coming. So she was like, he is such a big ass baby. I mean, he don't even need to be turned into a damn teenager. He already act like a damn teenager. You see how he was acting? I had him on speak. She like, I had him on speakerphone. I knew mommy was gonna tell him. Oh my god, I knew she was gonna tell him. She don't keep nothing from her damn kids. So she was like, look, you're okay with turning them into a damn teenager. You don't have to do it. Do it in a week, and make them wait 7 days. Reason why I said 7 days because I want you to kind of forget. But I'm like, you want me to forget? It's like, David, I mean, if you feel okay doing it, then do it. I love my brothers, but I don't want you to think I have a hidden motive to do that. Like, I don't want you to think that I'm using you for something like that to make my family young again. I would never do that. That is definitely not my intentions. Like, everything that we're doing is definitely genuine. Like, I've genuinely want to be your girl. I'm genuinely like I'm happy being your wife, starting a family with you and everything. That's all genuine. That's all real. I'm like, I know, baby. Come here. I'm gonna keep beating it up. So like, oh, you are. So I kept having sex with Janet Jackson. A lot of people was talking about how Janet Jackson looks so young, and some people is stupid as hell online. I'm not gonna lie. The things that a lot of people say out their mouth is very fucking amazing. Like y'all really surprise me the type of shit that y'all actually say out your mouth. Y'all really do surprise me with the type of shit that y'all say because it's like I just can't believe y'all actually say that shit. So I'll be like, yo, y'all really be making me laugh. Like that shit be funny as shit. The type of shit y'all be saying. Like I'll be like, I just be shaking my damn head. But it's like some of y'all be on to some shit. Some of y'all be on to some shit. But then there be some of y'all that just be way off. Like way, 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 way off. Y'all get into the cloning shit. Oh, they cloned her years ago. This is the Janet Jackson for years ago. They just had her. They froze her and now they unfroze her. What type of fucking shit is that? Y'all know how creepy and dumb y'all sound when y'all say that shit? Y'all niggas funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all are funny as shit. So I remember me and Janet Jackson just was laughing at everybody theories and stuff like that. We was just looking at the videos. And when I'm telling y'all we was done laughing because y'all are too damn funny. Because y'all really be thinking y'all know what the fuck y'all be talking about. Y'all really be thinking y'all genuinely be knowing what y'all be saying. And I just be like, this shit it gotta be y'all like more entertaining than I am. Y'all so damn entertaining. It's funny as shit. Well, y'all not entertaining to me, but that's a little bit reaching. But y'all definitely entertaining. Janet was laughing at it. She wasn't really like she wasn't mad. She already knew that a lot of people was gonna have theories and make videos about it. She already knew that, so she was definitely prepared for that. So me and Janet Jackson just had a lot of sex, but I'm gonna stop this episode here because I kind of miss my wife, Janet Jackson. I love talking to her. I love talking to her, kissing her, and holding her in my arms and stuff. I don't know, there's something about Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I first met Janet Jackson, we never talked. We never talked to each other. We never said like she just let me work on set. Like she just let me do what I was doing. She never really intervened or said anything. Like I never really knew she was really checking me out, but I guess she was. But anyway, I'm gonna stop this episode here. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. I kind of wasn't gonna get on here and talk to everybody on YouTube, but thought I would. So I'll holler at y'all later.